Hey, what's up guys? Jameson Brandon here. Thanks so much for tuning into this video. You can go ahead and get more information about me at zenflowmindset.com and optimizingman.com. So in this video, what we're gonna cover is I'm gonna retouch on a subject that I've shot maybe 2 or 3 other videos on over the years, and that's public speaking. That's the ability to shoot video, to stand in front of an audience, to present what it is that you're really, really good at. And so if you've been following me for any length of time, you know that I'm pretty good at video stuff, and definitely with speaking to an audience on topics that I'm very knowledgeable and passionate about, I really don't have an issue talking or presenting, right? Now, that wasn't a mistake. I want to kind of take a step back and rewind to like the high school days, because I don't know if you're like me, but I was born and raised in the United States. Public speaking was actually a required class. So I had figured out a way to talk my way out of every single presentation up until the last one. And the teacher finally was like, look, Jameson, I don't know how you've done it. You've talked your way out of every other, presentation that you needed to get graded on. You've got to do this one. If you don't do this one, you'll fail this class, which means you'll fail high school. And that was obviously a big deal and something that I wasn't willing to do. So I said, all right, let's do this. I showed up. I completely fell on my face. And what I mean by fell on my face is I think I was the poster boy for the most embarrassing fucking public speaking act ever in the history of humankind. What I mean by that is, first, I froze. So I started talking and I was off to a good start, and then I started hearing myself talk, and then I started analyzing myself as I was trying to continue to talk, got stuck, threw myself off, oh shit, panic started to creep in, turned red, started sweating. Before you knew it, I probably couldn't even tell you my name. I was in such a traumatic, stuck state that I don't even really know what happened from that part until a couple minutes later, when basically they kind of had to like roll me off like the front of the class and sit me back down. Needless to say, I didn't do very good in that presentation. And I always just kind of avoided public speaking up until I really needed to do it. Like I needed to start shooting video, and I needed to start speaking in front of people. And at that point, I started taking it more serious, but I hadn't had any training. Like I had nobody that was really there to mentor me or coach me on what actually matters when you're giving a presentation. So over the years, I've completely crafted my own set of rules and pre-game process for speaking in front of a group or shooting video like this today. And I want to kind of walk you through some of the things that I use to absolutely get myself in the zone and get myself ready to present. And then obviously through the presentation, sticking with it and being able to deliver solid material with ease. Is you have to remember why you're doing this. No matter what level you're playing at, this is bigger than you. What I mean by that is that there is somebody out there right now, there's at least one person in the crowd watching the video, reading your content, watching your videos, that fucking needs what you're gonna say. They need what you've been through. They need your story. They need your experience. They need you. And so remember that. Here's what's cool about the actual whole depth of the selfless act, which is what that is. When you become selfless, or you are going after something that is beyond you, bigger than you, then it removes a lot of the internal dialogue and internal judgment, which creates the fear of public speaking. See, public speaking really isn't hard. Speaking on a topic that we're passionate about isn't really hard. The hard part is all the internal critic, the trying to kind of like diagnose my words and dissect my words as I'm saying them, instead of just letting things flow. Like going with the current of the river and just letting it wash me down the rest of the river, instead of manipulating and kind of judging every single word that comes out of my mouth. Just let it go. Fully accept that not everything's going to come out perfect, that you'll probably goof up, you might say a wrong word, you might do a Freudian slip, like something is going to come out wrong, and that's okay. So you have to fully accept that by committing to this talk, that it's not going to come out perfect, or this video, it's not going to come out perfect. Again, most of my videos, they have like little slip-ups and things like that. So the first and most important one is really just remember why you're doing this. It's bigger than you, and somebody out there absolutely needs this message. So get up there and share this message to the best of your ability. Okay, is when you're actually presenting, there is an actual shift that you can make in your vision that eliminates the fight or flight response. Fight or flight response is triggered by the amygdala, which is part of our brain, and that's what creates all that fear. And so to remove that, we switch to peripheral vision. Which what that means is, like, usually I'm looking straight on, right? My focus point is straight on. When I switch to peripheral, I'm actually looking at the outside or the borders of the room. And this is a very simple trick. I actually do this, like, most of this stuff is done subconsciously now, so I don't even have to think about it. But the very first thing, if I think about it, that I turn on is my peripheral vision. That form of vision is not tied into fight or flight response, which is weird, right? So cool little trick. I learned this along the way. When I do that, I'm actually looking and scanning the entire room, and it just kind of brings over this this comfort feeling and like this okayness. I'm not scared anymore, and the fear is kind of minimized and muted quite a bit. That's one of my favorite little tricks to show up powerfully and to allow the fear to dissolve. Now the next one is, you gotta have fun. Like, if you're gonna commit to this video or commit to this talk or commit to this speech, like, you gotta have fun with this stuff. So make it fun, make jokes, like, give it your everything, give it your personality. Like, even if your jokes are bad, if you're gonna commit to that joke, it'll be funny because it's you and people can see that this is a full expression of you. So show up, and show up to the best of your ability in this talk or in this video. And so the last thing that I want to talk about, and it really is like after I've put the other tricks and tips into play, it's what will happen naturally, is becoming very, very present and getting into what's called a flow state. Now that's actually a brainwave pattern. It's called gamma brainwaves. And what that means is that's like the in the zone feeling. It's what a lot of extreme sports players talk about when they get, into that special space, like surfers, snowboarders, skiers, anything like that, like skydivers, base jumpers. Those types of people have been studied a lot with flow state, which has been researched since the 1960s. And really, this is like a magical state in which all of the internal critics and all of the, like, oh my gosh, what are they thinking, fear of judgment goes away, and you get to this place of just like streaming what you know and talking about what you know. And it just, I don't even know where it comes from, but it's just like, it's stuff that you know, and you're not judging it anymore as the words are coming out of your mouth. You're not thinking of anything else but being very, very present, being here right now. And so you're just presenting the information and presenting the content. And that's when it gets fun, when you actually catch yourself in this state of mind, because it's amazingly freeing knowing that, like, you're not judging anything that's coming out of your mouth right now, and you're just having fun, and you're just like sharing with these people right now. That is the best possible state that you can actually present it. And now that we've done this video, like, I'm just about there now. So that is my upgraded list for really how you can get past a lot of the fears of judgment, the fear of failure, the fear of criticism that are in and around public speaking. Take those tips, use them, apply them. And be sure to ask any questions and let me know of any other topics that you want me to cover in the comment section. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see ya.